You are never angry for the reason you think you are. All right, ladies, I'm back. Another day, another podcast. You know how it goes. Okay, so you are never angry for the reason you think you are. This came about from it came about from A Course in Miracles. So if you're not familiar with A Course in Miracles, it is a book, which is a very well-known spiritual book. Marianne Williamson talks a lot about A Course in Miracles. They have apps for A Course in Miracles. Just Google it. You'll find lots of information about A Course in Miracles. The point of this is every day, so A Course in Miracles, every single day, 365 days, they send you a lesson for the day. And I don't know what day it was, but it was, you are not angry for the reason you think you are. When we're very low-level consciousness, we think we're angry because somebody else made us mad. Someone else did something to us. But the truth is, if we look beyond that, there's more there. Right? Why is it? Are we angry, or is it a mask? Are we really sad? Are we afraid? If we're not angry and we're not reacting towards the person that we love and care about, it's because we're really underneath. Maybe we don't want to lose them. Or sometimes we get angry at someone else and all of a sudden we're projecting and we're like, where did this anger come from? But there's been something else brewing underneath. So today, I had a very wise woman tell me, Heather, you need to write yourself a love note, a love letter. And I thought, okay, no big deal, write myself a love letter. A few days ago in our mastery program, I posted something inside the Facebook group about a tactic that I use to support my son through his negative thinking and kind of how I got him out of that mindset. And everyone's like, oh my God, this is brilliant. This is brilliant. And the woman who gave me these wise words said, what if you used a similar tactic on yourself? And so I thought, okay, great. And that tactic that I used for my son was for him to write himself a love letter, but in a very positive way. Like, how would you want someone to treat you? How would you want to speak to someone else? And so he wrote himself this letter, and, it was a strategy, right? It's a strategy to turn it around, and there was definitely more to it, and I went into that in the mastery program, and I'm not going to go into that here, but I decided to do something for myself. A lot of women come to me and say, I want to feel in control of my life. I want to feel in control of my parenting. I want to rock my business. I want to make, I want to find freedom. I want to find financial freedom. I want to take my family on vacation. I want to just feel emotionally free. I want to lose weight. I want to feel strong and alive and energized and passionate. All of these things, but sometimes we don't know how to get there, right? So that's what I'm here for. I can kick your ass and get you to where you need to be, and just guide you and hold you accountable and take a stand for you in the life that you truly want to be living. Because a lot of times people are looking outside of themselves thinking, oh, this appointment is going to, make it or break it. But there is a process through transformation. And if you're not willing to look at the insides, the outsides won't change. So I decided to write myself a love letter. And, at first my brain went to, okay, dear Heather, I love you. You're awesome, blah, blah, blah. And then there was a twist. What I decided to do was to write myself this letter as if I was writing it at the end of 2019. So I'm looking back on the year and everything that I've accomplished. And then I twisted it again. I decided to not only look back and pretend I was writing it to myself 12 months from now, but I decided to write it to myself as if I was my child. So I'm going to read it to you, a very vulnerable post. But what does that have to do with you are not angry for the reason you think you are? That's how I started this podcast. Oftentimes, what we desire in our lives is not really what we desire in our lives. So when people say to me, I want to make a lot of money, I ask them why. Why do you want to make a lot of money? What do you think having a lot of money is going to do for you? Well, we can go on vacation. If we go on vacation, then we won't be so stressed out. But why? 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 And I keep asking why. And then after about 20 whys, sometimes it gets down to this point of, because I do not want to be my mother. I want to feel confident in my own body and mind. I want to break the generational patterns, and I never want my children to feel the way that I felt as a child. I want to become the person that my children look at me to be. Meaning, I want to become and embody the person that I want them to be. Because I just totally screwed that up, but I saved myself. Becoming the person that you want your children to be. That's what I'm trying to say. The legacy that you as a mother want to leave for your children. You are ambitious. You are a go-getter. You're a doer. Sometimes you do too much for other people and it leaves you angry and resentful. Why? Because we're such givers. And when we give, and we don't feel that in return and we have expectations, sometimes we're afraid that we're going to lose that person. Sometimes we're afraid that if we don't hold on to them, they might die. Sometimes we're afraid that if we don't control them, they're not going to be able to take care of themselves. So you're not angry for the reason you think you are. So the point of today's topic is there's more underneath. So when I wrote this love note, there was more than I bargained for. So here it goes. And thank you for listening and holding space and being vulnerable with me. Dear Heather, thank you for entering my life. Since the day you arrived, I've become a new woman. I feel alive. I have a sense of purpose I never knew existed. I prayed for you for years. I wasn't sure if I'd ever find you. I am so proud of the woman you've become and the vulnerable leader you continue to be. People look up to you. They believe in you. And with that pressure, you continue to show them you are human, imperfect, messy, and a little weird. Heather, you've crushed your goals in 2019, and you've continued to accomplish things most people never thought you would. And you did all of this while maintaining positive energy most of the time. How did you do that? I am so fucking proud of you. XO, Heather. When I wrote this, it was very difficult for me to choke back. I was literally choking back tears. Because when I positioned myself, not coming back, I was like, how would I write one of my children a letter? And if you don't have children, how would you write one of your loved ones a letter, right? Like, I'm so proud of you. Everything that you've accomplished. I'm assuming it's going to be pretty positive. And you're going to look at all the good that they've accomplished and everything that inspires them about you. And so I did that to myself. And I did that as if I was speaking to myself, as if I was a child that I birthed. It was like, yes, I was waiting for you, right? We're waiting for the arrival of ourselves. But the truth is, the reality is, a lot of times when we're speaking to ourselves, we're not looking at the positive. We're not looking at everything we've accomplished. When we are too much inside of ourselves and in our head, and then in the negativity and the thoughts, we're never enough for ourselves. Typically, we are enough for everybody else. We do enough, but we are so hard on ourselves. And I find this a lot with the ambitious women, driven women. You want more in your life, but realizing you are already enough. And so doing this, I was like, yes, take the pressure off yourself, Heather. When we put pressure on ourselves, we're go, 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 drive, drive, drive. And I've come a long way, but that's the dark side of being a driven woman. You have to constantly maintain this energy of wanting more. I want more, but I am enough in this moment. I want more, but therefore I am enough. And now my more is driven towards purpose. It's driven towards giving, but yet I still have to have these boundaries with myself. Oh my gosh, if I make this much money, I can help this many people. I can give back in this way. But Heather, you need to fill your cup up first. This is a constant evolution. So this goes back to the question of balance, work-life balance. This is a tool. This is a strategy. It's not that their work-life balance is impossible. It's that we are not giving ourselves permission to look at how we are energetically and emotionally talking to ourselves. Go, 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 not enough. Do, be. Got to do this, got to do that. Oh yeah, I read this in this article and I got to do this over here. And oh fuck, I got to make this appointment and damn it, I missed that appointment. You are enough. So the exercise for you today, but again, if you don't feel like doing it, guess what? I give you permission that you don't have to. You are enough. Write yourself a love note as if it's already happened. You've jumped 12 months from now. And write yourself as if you were writing to your child. And if you don't have a child, then write it to somebody that you love deeply. And if you can't conceptualize that, then actually write this note to that person. And then when you're done writing it, cross out their name everywhere that you wrote their name and write yours. And then read that note to yourself again and again and again and again. Because I'm telling you, Mama, you are here to birth yourself. You are here to adopt yourself. You are here to mother yourself. Okay. This podcast is being recorded in advance, but it is launching today, which is not really today, but Friday, January 18th. So today at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am doing a live mastery Q&A. If you would like to be a part of that and you are available at 2 p.m. today at Eastern Standard Time, all of the details can be found at heatherchauvin.com/mastery19. If you register there and you're interested in mastery or any coaching with me, then you can check it out there. I will be sending a replay out to anybody who registers if you can't make it live, and we'll go from there. All right, ladies, you so got this.